Okay, this, not sure why the flag's at half-mast. Something must have happened. We don't get a whole lot of news when you're out here camping in the hills. This is Manzanar. If you don't know what it is, you probably should. It's a perfect example of how the fears of the citizens of this country can actually outweigh the Constitution. Back during World War II, there were a lot of Japanese American citizens, many of whom were born here in America. And everybody was completely paranoid about the Japanese because, of course, we were at war with them. We had plenty of Japanese soldiers in the American army, Japanese Americans, but that didn't matter. People were paranoid, so they took away all of these American citizens' constitutional rights, and they locked them up in internment camps around the country. Manzanar is the big one for Southern California. I hope the visitor center's open. We've said several times that I was going to stop here on the way up, but I had too many other things to do, and then I was going to stop on the way back if it wasn't hot. Well, it's hot today, but I only plan to be in here 10 or 20 minutes, and it's still kind of early, so it's not the hottest part of the day.
He can sometimes be frustrating to read his stuff because he comes across as sometimes pretty patronizing, but he also had a great deal of care for the people here.
And he was here when there was bum, 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 bum,
it was a mess until he got here, and then he was here for 3 solid years, and that made a huge difference.
Is he the one who allowed Manzanar to do pictures?
Yes, yeah, he invited him actually. He said, "Come down to Manzanar, so I want to do something." He said, "Come down."
So they basically built a whole community here. Since they were interned, they brought as much stuff with them as they could. They built other things so that they could have music. And I'm not going to talk too much through this. One story I read last time I was here that was particularly interesting was about how these guys used to sneak out of the camp and go fishing in the nearby hills. I always thought that was kind of interesting. Here's an example of how big the camp was when it was. Each one of these little thingies here is a bunkhouse that probably held 50, 100 people. It probably says here on the spiel. I think it was 10,000 people they had here, or something like that. And this is a great place, 6 months out of the year. Pretty darn cold in the winter and extremely hot in the summer. So you just had to do what you could to get by here, I guess. Am I still recording? Yes, we are. Terminal Island. I believe this is where they took them from. Or no, maybe that's another one of these. So I'm glad I stopped here. I needed to stop someplace and use the restroom, and